Not gonna lie, for 90 bucks, this is a really good deal. Yo guys, Zachariah here for a performance review for the Adidas Dame 10. So this is Damian Lillard's 10th signature shoe with Adidas, and before we get into things, I think you guys know what I'm about to ask. I need you to drop a like, drop a comment, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a bunch and I'd really appreciate it, so go ahead, do all those three things, and without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So the name of the game here for Dame's 10th shoe is affordability, and that is exactly what him and Adidas have done here, because they dropped the retail price of the shoes to $90 US or 120 Canadian for all my fellow Canadians out there. And that is insane to me because I've never heard of a signature athlete ever doing that in the past. If they have, someone can let me know in the comment section, but shout out to Damian Lillard, man. He is the people's champ in my opinion for doing that. Making your main flagship line the budget line is just awesome to me. So shout out to Adidas and shout out to Damian Lillard. Now, the box that the shoes come with, it's nothing fancy, honestly. You just have a standard Adidas box, 3 stripes, and the Damian Lillard logo right there. Like, it's basic. Honestly, for the price you pay, I mean, you can't really complain because they're giving you a great deal for a shoe at $90. So the box is the least of your worries, guys. Now, as for the shoes themselves, I really like what's going on with the design here because it kind of feels like a combination of what a budget model Damian Lillard shoe should look like and a signature model should look like, all put into one right here. So you still get that signature shoe feel from it, but it kind of gives off budget shoe vibe at the same time. So it's a happy medium, and honestly, I'm not complaining. I think they look great. The branding is very, very minimal. I mean, we got Adidas logo on the collar area on the back there. We have the Damian Lillard logo on the tongue, and really, that's it. I mean, there's some Easter egg details throughout the outsole, couple small branding details throughout the shoe, but it's pretty minimal for the most part. I will say though, comparing it directly to the Dame 9s, these definitely don't have as good quality and they feel cheaper in hand, and that's to be expected, especially given the price drop for these, because with the Dame 9, that shoe felt a little bit more premium because it used like leather for the materials for the most part, whereas these guys, we just have your standard typical set of materials you would expect from a modern day basketball shoe. So we do have a textile mesh going on here. There is a neoprene collar. We do have some fused material on high wear areas just for added durability. And then we do have these like rubbery or plasticky overlays on top of the textile mesh as well. I believe that's there just for added durability and also maybe some containment stuff as well, but we'll get into more of the containment and lockdown stuff later on in the video. But for the materials, honestly, with my experience with them, really not many problems I can really say off the bat. Like, they didn't really need any break-in time. They were good to go right out the box. Durability was good for the most part. I didn't really have any problems with that. Comfort is there. The neoprene collar is really nice and soft and feels comfortable on foot, especially when it wraps around your foot. But my biggest complaint with the materials actually would have to be the neoprene collar. And that actually leads me to my next point, which is the lockdown of the shoes. So compared to other basketball shoes that I've tried in the past, I felt like I really needed to tie these up tighter than I normally had to, just to get that secure feeling that I like on court. And even when tied tighter, because of how soft and how much structure is lacking from the collar area, I was still experiencing a bit of heel slip there. Nothing crazy, honestly, but it was noticeable from my experience. And when it comes to the overall sort of containment and support of the shoes, now, one other issue I had was the lateral containment, because I could feel my foot sliding a bit within the footbed on those lateral movements. Again, it was minor, nothing crazy. So for the most part, the shoes did do a good job of containing my foot, especially being that the midsole does ride up pretty high along the uppers of the shoe, which acts as a wall for your foot on those lateral movements. Also, I found the shoes to be supportive for the most part. I mean, I didn't really have any problems while playing in them, not that I could remember or note to you guys in the moment that I'm recording this right now, but You know, you get the bare essentials with this shoe. You have a sturdy heel counter. There is a shank plate, I believe, within these shoes. It feels like there is, but honestly, I haven't seen anything anywhere explicitly saying that there isn't one or is one to begin with. But hey, I'm going based off experience here, and it definitely feels like it because torsional support was good. So all in all, I'd say the support is good, not great, but for 90 bucks, I'm not complaining. It definitely gets the job done. Now, when it comes to the fit and sizing for these guys, personally, I'd recommend going true to size. So it does feel a bit more snug in this part of the shoe right here, but overall, it is still a bit wider and more accommodating. So even if you are a wide footer, going true to size should work best for you in my opinion, but I'm not exactly a wide footer, so don't take my word for gold. Try them on in store if you can first, that way you can get the best fit for you. Okay, so moving along to the cushion setup, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. For 90 bucks, it gets the job done. So we do have a full-length light strike midsole, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the same setup as the Dame 9. Someone can comment down below and let me know if I'm wrong. I can't really remember from my review of the shoes, but comment down below and let me know. But you know, for shoes in that price range, you don't really get full-length cushion oftentimes, so I'm pretty happy that Adidas did that. And as far as how it felt on foot, the light strike foam was more plush, soft, and responsive in the heel, and then moving down towards the forefoot area, it felt more firm and muted. So personally, I would have liked that feeling you get in the heel to be in the forefoot also, but beggars can't be choosers in this case, I guess. But all in all, what you're getting out of this setup is a low to the ground ride, and the impact protection is definitely not elite, but it gets the job done. It's enough for me, to be honest. But if you do want more out of this shoe, definitely recommend putting in a different insole in there. I personally use the Move insoles, and it made the shoes feel better for me. So try that out and let me know what you guys think. But all in all, cushion setup is solid for the price. And by far the best feature of these shoes has to be the traction setup. So on this outsole, we do have a sort of non-traditional type of setup going on here. So it consists of a lot of different nubs going all along the outsole. Now the grooves of the shoe aren't really deep, and these nubs with the rubber compound, you know, they don't feel too soft. They are pretty sturdy for the most part. So personally, you know, I did take these outdoors, but I really wouldn't recommend you actually hoop in these long term because I really don't think they're gonna last very long. But when it comes to indoor play, whew, the traction setup was elite. Honestly, I played on 4 different courts with these, and across those 4 different courts, I was getting consistent stops every single time. The dust pickup really wasn't too bad. I wiped the shoes here and there, but all in all, you know, I was able to stop on a dime almost every single time, so no problems with that on my end here. But overall, guys, sure, the Dame 10 does have flaws, but for 90 bucks, you're still getting a legit on-court performer. In my opinion, these perform above their price point and actually match the performance of shoes that are actually above its price point. So definitely worth copying in my opinion if you're looking for a solid hoop shoe at an affordable price point. And if you can get these on sale, man, even better. So I'd probably honestly wait for these to go on sale because anything below $90 is a steal at that point. Now, shout out to Adidas and Damian Lillard for kind of setting a new precedent. I feel like every brand should start doing. You don't need to charge these ridiculous prices to give people good performing shoes. So I hope other brands can take a lesson from this. But comment down below and let me know what you think about these shoes. If you have any questions at all, I'll try to help you answer them in the comment section down below. So we're at that point in the video now. It's time for hashtag Zacharagi, what you rockin'. And you know, speaking about price points for shoes, we have one of the most expensive shoes on the market right now in the basketball space, which is the Jordan 40 right here. Performance review will be coming soon. Now, I'm really excited to try these out with all the stuff that is in these shoes, so stay tuned for my performance review. But that is it for today, guys. I hope you all have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.